Hi, my name is Felix Evans, and I'm a practice area consultant with LexisNexis Canada. This video is a quick training tool or overview designed to show you the practical guidance and news content we're making available for free during the COVID-19 crisis. Whether you're a current subscriber or not, a lawyer, business person, or other member of the public, we're committed to helping you navigate the legal implications of COVID-19. I'm going to give you a quick overview of the two streams of content that we have made available. And again, you don't have to be a subscriber. I'm going to show you how you can access this content for free. There are two streams of content. We have Lexis Practice Advisor and The Lawyer's Daily. Lexis Practice Advisor provides practical content, practice notes, precedents, forms, flowcharts, checklists, and so on, which address the implications of COVID-19 across a range of practice areas. The Lawyer's Daily provides news, analysis, opinion, and insider pieces, and all coverage on COVID-19 is free. How can you get into the content that we've made available? If you point your web browser or web window to LexisNexis.ca, you'll enter our homepage, and right at the front you're going to see Keep Up on Coronavirus with LexisNexis. And you'll see two links here. We're going to concentrate on Lexis Practice Advisor initially, so I'm going to ignore the Visit the Lawyer's Daily link, and I'm going to click on Download Kit. And you can do this whether you have a subscription to Lexis Practice Advisor or not. So I'm clicking on Download Kit. The next page is our Lexis Practice Advisor Coronavirus Guidance page. And if you scroll down, again, you'll see two links. If you're an existing customer, if you have Lexis Practice Advisor right now, you can access the coronavirus guidance in Lexis Practice Advisor by clicking on this link. If you're not a customer, you can download the free coronavirus document kit, which is a PDF of all of the documents that are contained in the practical guidance. So it is the exact same content. You can scroll through the PDF. All of the document titles here are linked. So if I click on one of the titles, it will take me down to that specific point in the document where I can find that particular section. If you are downloading the free kit, I would definitely recommend subscribing to updates. If you enter in your name, last name, business email in here, you can submit that, and then you will you'll get updates on that document kit rather than having to constantly refresh the PDF. And very briefly, a couple of other ways that you can access the Practice Advisor Corona Guidance coverage, particularly if you are a current subscriber. Firstly, if you're on the LexisNexis.ca homepage, you can go to Product Sign-In at the top right, and you can click on Lexis Practice Advisor. This is going to prompt you for your ID and password, or if it's already entered, it will take you straight in. And then you'll see coronavirus guidance here below the practice areas. If you are a Lexis Advanced Quick Law subscriber who also subscribes to Lexis Practice Advisor, when you are logged into Lexis Advanced Quick Law, in the Explore Content pod, you'll see links to coronavirus guidance in the new coronavirus section underneath popular sources. I'm going to click on Lexis Practice Advisor, and we'll take a look at the content as it appears in Practice Advisor. So initially, when you click in, you will be taken into Practice Advisor. As a reminder, if you are a subscriber, you can access all of your practice area content from the practice area link in the black bar. And otherwise, looking at the COVID-19 guidance, you'll find one document here which is linked out to the different areas of practice. So you can click on any of these links to go down to a particular section. If I want to go to insolvency and restructuring, for example, I can click on that link and it will take me straight down to the content. Under each area of practice, you will get a quick overview of the kind of content contained in that practice area, and then you'll find all of the documents that relate to COVID-19 and that practice area in a list. On the right-hand side, you'll also see related content. So if you know that you are looking for a precedent, for example, you can click on precedents, and that will open up all of the precedents no matter which practice area they are assigned to. in my first scenario, I'm looking for a precedent. I want some kind of policy document. I'm concerned that I may have employees who might take some kind of sick leave, and I need to update my policies in the light of the crisis, or perhaps I don't have a policy. We need to have an up-to-date document that will construct that, or act as a start point, a jumping off point for constructing a policy. So on the right hand side, I can see the related content panel. I'm simply going to click on precedents. That's going to show me all of the precedents, and there we go. I've got a short-term illness leave policy, a critical illness leave policy, and a compassionate care leave policy, and then other policy documents below that. So I'll click into my short-term illness leave policy. And here is my document. Now, every document in Practice Advisor, you'll have a short summary at the top that you can expand. You will be able to scroll through the document. You'll see that other content is linked to from the document. Many of our documents also contain drafting notes and clauses, and where that applies, I can click on Expand All Drafting Notes to open up any drafting notes that are in the document, so that I can get a view of those. And those drafting notes are going to give you some additional context on a particular passage, which can be very useful if I might want to know that I could adjust something in a particular way, or some consideration to take into account. On the right-hand side, again, you'll find a related content panel. So if after reading this policy document, I decide that I need to get a better view of sick leave in general, I can click into the practice notes and access a document covering sick leave and another document as well. Likewise, there's other linked content here to checklists, precedents, tables, flowcharts, and diagrams. Under About this document, you'll see there is a quick download button, which will help you to download this content into a Word document for easy editing. You can also download the drafting notes so that you can have those side by side and not necessarily integrated into the document itself, where you might have to remove them. At the top underneath the black bar, you'll find an icon to save to folders if you are using the system of folders that's available in Practice Advisor and Lexis Advanced Quick Law. You'll also see an icon for print, email, and download as well, which will enable you to download this content again in Word format, but also in PDF or other formats. Finally, if you wanted to send a link to this document to someone, you can click on Actions. You'll find a button that says Link to this page. Simply click that, copy the link, which is given here, and then you can paste that into email, a Word document, or whatever it may be, and link directly out to this page. I'm going to give you another quick example, a second way that you can make use of this content. I'm just going to go back a couple of steps using my browser back button just to go back to the initial guidance page. And scrolling down again, I mentioned before, all of the content is divided into different areas of practice, from employment, commercial, corporate and private M&A, and so on. Let's say I'm dealing with an employment situation. I'm going to keep this very basic, and I just need to understand some of the considerations that I might need to take into account. So very basic, and this might be my start point before I jump off into other documents, other research, drafting, and so on. At the very top here, I can see there is a COVID-19 employment-related considerations document. This is one of our practice notes. This is going to give you practical guidance to help to understand the practical implications of a particular matter, best practices, overviews, discussions, things to consider, and so on. So if I click into that document, again, we're going to find a comprehensive document. It's going to give you an overview. At the top, you can see when this was last updated. So it's being very recently updated and kept up to date, as is all of the content in Practice Advisor. And if I scroll down, again, I'll find that other documents that I might need, emergency plan, disability benefits information, building security policies, and so on, it's all linked to from the document. And again, on the right-hand side, an alternative way to get into related content is to use the related content panel. Heading back to the initial content page, I'm going to give you a very quick overview of the practice areas that are included in this COVID-19 guidance package. We've taken a quick look at employment. We also have a range of content under the commercial topic, which is exploring the considerations necessary when examining transactions and contracts entered into to ensure clients' interests are protected. So we've got force majeure clauses explained, a sample force majeure clause, amendments clauses, best efforts and reasonable efforts, and so on. We have some corporate and private M&A content, which is covering the need for alternative forms of communication, liability implications for directors, officers, and so on. So material specifically for in-house counsel, this is going to give you policies and procedures necessary to ensure continued business operations whilst protecting employees, clients, customers, and other parties. There's a business continuity documents here, legal risk identification, communications, also some content from the Lawyers Daily, which we'll come to in a minute. Capital markets and M&A, covering the considerations necessary for public companies, disclosure and risk factors, for example. Some documents here around MAC definitions, a public company checklist, management discussions, sample clauses, and so on. Intellectual property and technology provides a collection of articles covering effective IP strategy, brand difficulties, drug licensing implications, and so on. A couple of finance documents, again, the MAC clauses, event of default provisions, personal injury. Many establishments are going to be vulnerable to litigation, alleging negligence in failing to protect customers or patients. So we have some documents to provide some guidance and assistance on that. Litigation dispute resolution, undoubtedly going to be a lot of litigation arising during and after the current crisis. And finally, insolvency and restructuring. Sad fact that there will undoubtedly be many bankruptcies, and this is providing a collection of documents assessing the impact of COVID-19 from that perspective. So supplier perspectives, critical suppliers, bankruptcy fundamentals, voluntary assignment, company creditor arrangement act, and so on. Finally, into the related content, we'll come to the Lawyers Daily in a moment, which I mentioned right at the beginning as being the other part of this COVID-19 package. There are a few key articles which have been linked to on this page. We've also linked out to the Government of Canada guidelines, the Law Society of Ontario corporate statement, and also LexisNexis related company Elsevier is providing free health and medical research information on COVID-19. So if that's of any interest to you, there are approximately 20,000 articles that have been made available for free on this page. And moving on to the Lawyers Daily. Firstly, if you want to get into the Lawyers Daily content, a number of options. Right now, I'm looking at related content on the guidance, and I can click on the Lawyers Daily to get access. You can also go to, in your web browser, thelawyersdaily.ca. That's thelawyersdaily.ca, all one word. That will open up the homepage. Or if you were back on the LexisNexis.ca page, the coronavirus guidance page, you'll also find there is a link here to the COVID-19 updates. So many ways to get here. Once you're looking at the homepage, you can click on the right-hand side where it says Featured COVID-19 Updates, and that will take you into the collection of COVID-19 articles. This is going to be updated on a rolling basis, so you'll see the most recent articles listed at the top, and you can simply click on the link to access the content. If you subscribe to the Lawyers Daily, in the search box, you can type in COVID-19, run a search, and then on the left-hand side, click on Alert Me of New Articles, and you'll be able to save that as an alert to receive any updates that appear on the Lawyers Daily into your email inbox. Now, if you're not a subscriber, unfortunately, you can't use the alerts functionality. However, as mentioned before, all of the content is free, and you can simply revisit this page. In general, on the Lawyers Daily, This is daily Canadian legal news. It's published in Canada, and it covers focuses on Canada and 14 different areas of practice. And we have insider pieces, opinion, analysis, a lot of contributions from very esteemed authors. Anything that you see on the homepage is in fact available for 24 hours without a subscription. So if I were to click on this most recent article from yesterday, a little before my time now, I would be able to read it whether or not I have a subscription. After 24 hours, it is going to go behind a subscription wall, but everything is available initially, whether it's COVID-19 related or not. I'm going to give you one final leave behind. If you point to your web browser to law360.com, that's law360.com. This is our US division of LexisNexis news website with over 61 sections covering the law from a US perspective, but certainly touching on issues that affect Canada. And at the top right, you'll see coronavirus closing courts, free access to all the latest coverage. If you click on this, this will give you an overview chart. You can go in and see the latest on any court closures, restrictions, reopenings, and so on by state. And you can also access any news articles here from this list, which focus around COVID-19. So I hope that this has all been helpful. We are here to support you during this unusual time. And finally, I'd just like to say if you'd like to get in touch, we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear about anything that you need or any way that we can help or any way that we are helping you or any way that we've helped your practice. You can tweet us, follow us at LexisNexis Canada, where you'll get the latest updates on anything else that we are doing. And that's at LexisNexisCan, so at LexisNexisCan on Twitter. You can also head over to LexisNexis.ca and access the support and training link, which will link you into support team information, training sessions. You can contact our training team if you have any of our products and you need a little bit of assistance. And there's also some documentation and how-to videos on most of our major products. Thanks very much, and we hope that you have found this useful and that you're able to take advantage of the content and that it is helpful. Thank you.